My name is Pasha Sahin. My pronouns are he, him, and I studied abroad in Lisbon, Portugal. So I've been an avid traveler since I was very young, and when I came to UMass, I knew from the start when I was a freshman that I wanted to go abroad. I am tricultural. I'm American born. I'm also a citizen of Turkey and Canada, but I definitely wanted to be like my genuine self, and I'm American. I'm born here. I've lived in the U.S. all my life, so that was definitely my first priority, was being American over there and not being afraid to showcase that. So my goal for studying abroad was to meet as many people as possible. I did go to one event, and that's where I found like my core group of friends, and they were all from different parts of the world. And we got along well, and we spent the whole 3 months together, but we would go out a lot together, and we would meet a lot of new faces, locals, Portuguese, people from around the world. And I found myself getting into situations a lot where I felt like my American identity specifically wasn't accepted. And I felt like I was getting humiliated because of my American identity and who I was. And I started to question like my American identity and how it was observed abroad and thought about in this global perspective. One incident in specific would be we were out one night with my friends, and we ran into a group of Portuguese and just international students, and they saw me and they're like, "Oh, your accent is different, like where are you from?" And I said, "I'm American, I'm here studying abroad." And they're like, "Oh, you're from America." And it was, the question they asked was fine, but the way they asked it was off. And I felt like I was being judged. And I felt like there's a whole lot of baggage that came with that, and it was this whole like negative viewpoint of me being American. And I didn't really know how to process that. I wanted to say that I'm American and I'm proud of who I am, but I immediately knew that there was something off, and they thought differently of that. So the whole problem with me navigating my American identity while I was abroad was from a lot of different instances that happened throughout the 3.5 months I was there. It happened so frequently, like almost on a daily basis. And I felt like I couldn't really handle anymore after a certain period of time. Every single time that I went out, I was scared, and I was even fearful of going out. And my friends were like asking me like, "What's going on?" And I didn't really want to tell them because I felt embarrassed. So it got to a point where I was sitting in my room, I was contemplating. I was like, "Hey, like you're tricultural. Like why not just say you're Canadian, you're Turkish?" Because you said it before, and they're all accepting with that, and they love that, and they want to talk more about that. And I just felt drained, and so I felt like I wanted to take the easy way out. I did it at least a few times where I, transitioned to say I was Canadian or Turkish, and it was easy. Like it happened the way that I thought it would happen. Having much easier conversations, we got along with people much more. But after a few times, I was like, okay, like this is not who I am. Like this is not how I was raised. This is not how I've been for 22 years of my life. And my whole goal of studying abroad was going out of my comfort zone and, broadening my horizons. So I felt like I was going against the whole reason why I studied abroad. And that killed me more than even getting, ridiculed or shamed by foreigners that, I wanted to meet. And then at the end, around like the second month I was there, after all this time of going through those awkward conversations and, beating myself up mentally, and I was like, okay, like, you're going to turn yourself around and you're going to put yourself out there again like you planned. And that's what I did. It was very hard to put myself out there again and connect with these people and say who I am really, because that was my goal. And I'm going to get judged either way. It's really on me and how I want to go about these situations. And I went back to from where I started of going out of my comfort zone and being the person that I wanted to be. And I think the most important part is just being your true self and being your genuine self, and not letting other people tell you who you are and misjudging you and, kind of like proving them wrong. You're an American going abroad. There's going to be preconceptions. There's going to be stereotypes in different cities, places. It's expected. It's going to happen. It's the reality. So it's important to notice and realize that this is part of the experience of studying abroad, and this is just what comes with it. And if you're accepting of that and you embrace it, then it's going to work out, I promise you, because it did for me. And I benefit so much from using that advice. And Ended up being the best 3 months of my life, and it made me want to travel more, made me want to connect with more people. I don't care where I went, what cities. It just made me want to keep doing what I was meant to do, which was travel.